GM Crypto AI News and Analysis here. January 1st, this video is covering yesterday and today. Before I get on with this video, I just want to say that nothing I say in this video is financial advice for you to buy MD's tokens, and none of this is a signal, right? I'm not saying you should buy this or you should sell this or do this with your money. I'm not here to click the buy and sell button for you. You do that on your own accord, and everything in here is just research for where I think the crypto market is going within AI, especially since that is the narrative. But let's just get on with the current analysis. So let's talk about virtuals, which is the main ecosystem we're talking about. Guess what? All-time high, pretty much up only, and it will probably go even higher in Q1. I mean, if you just look at this chart, parabolic. I won't be surprised if we see it. Like, everyone's calling for the price target at 10 billion for virtuals, which is about a 2.5x from here. I think it's pretty doable. Let's see what happens. Currently it's about 4.4 billion, but virtuals looking quite well. And the tokens you like to talk about, so game, for example, is extremely strong, all-time high. It recovered very well from its lowest dip, and then the beta combo is a little bit weaker on the day. I think combo will be catching up very soon though, so let's see what happens. And then the other tokens we like to talk about, so Trust Me Bros is another token. I was talking about it around 2.2 million. Here it is at 20 million, but this one doing very well, very strong token. Other tokens we like to talk about, so Dream, let's just check this one. So this one is going sideways but upwards, which is a very bullish sign. I'm still waiting for this, but this is going to facilitate the age of the angel commerce. But overall, base looks quite good. Also look at Vader. So I don't have Vader, but Vader, guess what? All-time high, up only. But let's look at Solana. So Solana ecosystem looks pretty good on this day as well. So AI16Z, 2.25 billion, up only. So Solana ecosystem is also very good, but preferably I like base more because of the developer culture. But let's go on with the cookie.fun dashboard. So the total market cap is pretty much up only today, highest it's ever been. Smart engagement is going up, virtuals is insane. AI16Z catching a bit more of that mind share though. But as you can look at the mind share, XBT is just absolutely insane. AI16Z's in the lead as a second, but virtuals also doing quite well. There's also VIRT coin, and then now our favorite coin, Trust Me Bros, is here. So that is quite nice, quite good to see the products you're invested early on being a top star within the ecosystem. But all these tokens here looking quite wonderful, and good day, good life. So let's just go on with the tweets here. So first of all, let's talk about this one, where the current AI trend mirrors the DeFi boom in 2020, according to Messari Crypto. My bags are packed, the cat's off the bag, and I don't know how this doesn't become the cycle leader. So as we can see from this graph here, the current AI trend mirrors DeFi's 2020-2021 boom. So right now we are the green waveform. This is the blue waveform, and it's simulating it somewhat. It doesn't really do it fully here, but right now at the current peaks, especially during this time, but 2020 was a bull run as well. Huge pump, right? And we're going to see a huge bull run within 2025 as well because of liquidity. But as we can see, DeFi is right here and AI is right here. Guess what's going to happen too? Could it happen again? Who knows? I think it will happen. There's a higher probability of it doing that than just shitting the bed and just staying here, but we'll see what happens. So let's look at this other tweet here. If you planted your seeds, you don't need to catch every plate. Think about it. The reason you hold good coins is because you did the research and you often had a lot of time, many days to make that research. You're not up big because you aped into every random shitter. Same story in 2025, in my honest opinion. So yeah, whenever you find a token, a good project, and you see it, okay, you buy it, hold on with your balls. Of course, I'm not saying you shouldn't sell it ever. Obviously, when you buy that project, you have to take profits within your portfolio. You probably take profits when it gets too big in your portfolio, so you can buy other tokens so you can decrease the risk amongst it. But you look at this and you have to realize that there's only going to be a few good plays in AI agents, especially now that things are getting a little oversaturated, where everyone is hopping on trying to make a virtuals agent. You have to stick to the best ones, and we're still extremely early to virtuals, by the way. I mean, I wouldn't say extremely anymore. I would just say we're early, but you have to pick the good ones and then hold on with your balls if you really believe in this narrative as I do. But let's look at this next tweet. Animal memes getting drained while AI narratives absorb the liquidity. VIF 63% from all-time high at 1.77, getting flipped by AI tokens while whales exit. So XBT essentially saying here the animal memes are just getting absolutely cooked. Like VIF, which was the main animal meme cycle coin on Solana chain. Let's take a look at it in Deck Screener. But if we look at Dog with Hat, so this token is only 1.86 billion. And then you look at the chart, right? It doesn't really look that great. It looks a little bearish, honestly. So if we look at this chart here, it doesn't really look the best. And I don't think that VIF will completely die here because it has so much validity. I mean, we'll see what happens with it. But I do know that VIF is a bit of a Kabbalah coin. But I know that this is one of the biggest animal coins, right? But everyone thought that this is going to be probably the biggest coin of the cycle. Meme coins were going to be here forever. But then the AI narrative came, and then now we have shit like AI16Z, which has actually flipped VIF on the memes in the altcoin sector. Pretty much up only, right? It's a parabola. And it's quite evident from this statistic here, all the people that are holding on to meme coins, like I think meme coins will come back, but AI is just going to be a much greater narrative. Probably more liquidity could flow to AI coins instead of meme coins here. So definitely position yourself accordingly for this, especially when whales, smart money, is rotating to AI. So definitely look at that, right? But let's look at this. Many of you will chop your virtual stack to near zero trying to find the next AXBT, VIRT, Trust, Acolyte, etc. Reality is 99% of the stuff rocketing, bonding, and closer bonding is total dog shit right now. All artificially pushed up by the 137 trench chats that are grasping for some sort of narrative and trying to be early. They aren't holders. They don't care about any of this. They're just trying to make a quick flip. And honestly, that's fine. We're here to trade, but there's no reason to be engaging with it right now if you've played virtuals well so far. More obvious spots will emerge like DKING that fit 1.5 days ago that you can win with size and not be playing financial chicken with people whose entire year will be made from a low 4-figure flip. Or you could just play established winners as virtual continues to march to 10 billion. The actual useful utility agents and clear winners will all benefit. Gamble responsibly, friends. So, yeah. Pretty much all the altcoins here, everyone likes to say that, oh, if you just play altcoins, meme coins, AI agents, you're just a gambler. And maybe to some extent it is, right? Because it's not like every project that you touch is 100% going to do well. But there's a lot of tools and metrics that you can use to make sure that the token you're investing into has a higher probability of succeeding and netting you some profit. But what he's essentially trying to say here is that a lot of people, they're trying to make new agents that are going to be the next one. Like we saw this with meme coins where we already had established memes, right? Like in the dog sector, we have dog with hat. In the cat sector, we have pop cat. And then on the frog sector, we have FWOG on Solana, right? And people are trying to make derivatives or betas to these tokens. Like Mini, for example, actually was going super crazy, right? This is a beta to Michi, and Michi is a beta to Popcat. But these tokens, they never really get up to Popcat's level, right? Like Michi, for example, Michi's at around 60 million right now. Popcat's like 700 million. Will Michi ever flip Popcat? No, it's most likely not possible, right? Because it's already established as that winner. Popcat has already done that, right? More of the liquidity will flow to that as a result. But the same thing what happens to the AI agents, right? Because it's a power law, it's a power curve, the Pareto chart, where most liquidity is around here, and then it just gets lower and lower as there are more tokens within that sector that are produced, especially in AI agents as well. So you have to look at the good ones, stick to the best options, and if there is something unique and novel and interesting that does pop up, okay, you can play those as well. But again, you want to be sized into the already existing AI agents that are going to do well, right? Because it's most likely that most of these AI agents already exist that are going to have most of the liquidity, even within virtuals. There are going to be some exceptions that come out, but the rule is going to be that most AI agents that get launched in prototype and get launched like a few days, these AI agents will probably go to the trash can and are not going to be that good. So size into the already existing AI agents. And I talk about some good ones in these videos. So infrastructure is going to be where most liquidity goes to. I highly recommend for anyone, if they want to go into AI agents, look into infrastructure tokens, virtuals, AI16Z, Aliza, Game, Convo. Like these things are going to suck up most liquidity because they're infrastructure. They are the shovels that are being given to the gold miners. They are the infrastructure where the AI agents can be built upon. These are going to have the most liquidity. And then you can look at the other tokens to distribute liquidity amongst. Like you don't have to do it in a Pareto chart liquidity distribution within your portfolio where you put like 90% of your money infra. No, you could do maybe 4-way split, like 25% infra, 25% DeFi, 25% agent to agent, 25% some other shit. Like you don't have to follow that curve because it's a bit different within a portfolio, but you have to recognize where liquidity is going to flow and size accordingly for the already existing agents that are going to do well into the future. Stop trying to chase every new play and think it's going to be the next big one. No, they already exist most likely, or at least most of them. There will be new ones, right? But those are exceptions, not the rule. So we're talking about the Beast Echo guy. He was talking about this token called DKING. So I want to talk about this one. I don't have it, but I'm trying to do some research on it. It's extremely interesting. Again, this is an exception token that was was released like 2 days ago, but this one has potential to do very good amongst the established winners, which have been around about a month for 2 months. But this thing is saying DKING launch has been a huge success. In the 48 hours since the launch, DKING broke 20 million market cap. Treasury earned 100,000 from swap fees. 7.5% of DKING total supply is locked into creator.bid farming bid. In my opinion, the draft agent has potential for 100 million in coming months. So I'm going to talk about this article where he essentially talks about how this DKING thing works, but it's essentially, if I were to give you a brief summary, they're trying to create an advanced machine learning model packaged within an AI agent that essentially takes advantage of market inefficiencies in sports betting, sports gambling, because we all know that you can look at the data, like if you're at a casino, you can look at the data of sports betting and then play against the retail investors using that data to increase the odds of you making more money than the people who bet against you, something like that. They're trying to make it within the AI agents here, but I'll just explain to you what this is because I think it's quite interesting. Again, this is not a shill. I'm not being paid to say this. I just think it's an interesting project, and you want to also be doing super research on these things, right? But essentially, DKING is a new AI agent launched by the WeBuild core team. DraftKing is a Tau-powered AI agent that uses advanced machine learning to profit off of inefficiencies of live gambling markets. So the next generation of computer vision, teaching machines to understand our visual world autonomously, starting with the dynamic complexity of soccer, where every movement, every play, and every movement are trained our AI to decode the world around us. So while doing research into AI which profits off inefficiencies in prediction markets, I was nudged into the direction of WeBuild Score, who is building a similar product for betting markets. Once I became AI agent pilled, I immediately started to look for AI agent to assist retail of gambling markets because I'm a degenerate. Sorry, mom. My thesis was that Vegas always wins because they can digest more data than retail gamblers who often bet based on bias and emotions. Being able to stimulate based on officials, injuries, weather, player matchups, and thousands of other data points gives you a massive market edge. Once I looked into WeBuild Score, my mind was absolutely blown. They take gambling analytics and machine learning to a different dimension and tied it all together with DraftKing to leverage the Tau network to do machine learning on live matchups where players are on the fields, matchups, momentum flows, ball control, tendencies, and then use that data to find inefficiencies in gambling lines. Agent has the ability to act extremely quickly as in-game events take place. Players going on a fast break, for example, create a real-time inefficiency in the market. An AI agent that can place bets across 10 plus on-chain sports books are simultaneously the second the player breaks past the defense is mind-blowing to me. Seems good to be true? It's not. Vegas is completely screwed. Web3 sports books will become increasingly more efficient due to capabilities and volumes of these AI agents. The WeBuild Score team is fully doxxed, and their CEO, Max Septi, was previously one of the core contributors at Crunch.io. So if you aren't familiar with Crunch.io, Crunch.io is an elite ML community that develops alpha-generated insights through its collective intelligence network. They have years' experience working with data, machine learning, and AI. Multiple team members also come from their backgrounds of expertise in sport analytics and gambling markets. This isn't just some team experimenting with AI. Their Score Vision subnet is targeting a 600 billion football industry with 50 billion in betting and 30 billion in data services. The Tau subnet is a differentiator that makes this possible. Without Tau, these calculations will be 10 to 100x more expensive, which means Score Vision and DraftKings have a moat over the competition. DKING sits at 6 million market cap, but will grow to be the top market maker for across Web3 gambling markets. Aeon and DKING are also opportunities to farm the upcoming creator.bid TGE. I've locked a percent of my Aeon DKING on creator.bid to farm bid. I love being paid the long AI agents I'm bullish on. Locks have a 14-day cooldown period on stake, which is very reasonable. Virtuals is a 4 billion protocol, and creator.bid is launching at 25 million FTV. Seems like an easy play to farm the bid launch. GG everyone. So yeah, I want to talk about this token here, or it is this DraftKings token. Like I was reading about it and I was also quite amazed that, okay, if it can actually do that, that is insane. But if we look at this chart, the price action, guess what? Up only. And it's one of these special charts where they do a pump and then consolidation and another pump, consolidation, another pump, and then more consolidation. Who knows if it's going to be another leg here? Probably will be, because look at the volume, decreasing volume, and the price is still doing this. So this tech is actually insane here, right? But I also want to talk about creator.bid. So I never talked about creator.bid in another video before. I do know what creator.bid is about though. So their flagship agent here is called Agent. And okay, this token's so up, man. Holy crap. But this token is a flagship mascot of creator.bid, which is essentially another AI agent's infrastructure platform. So it might seem as if they're going to have an airdrop, but these guys are essentially a launch pad for AI agents that you can have with a customization. Like they're trying to launch AI influencers here. It's a bit different from virtuals, which is trying to have functionality plus some sort of influencer. But these guys are more catered towards making AI influencers, which retail could be interested in. But create and tokenize your AI agents in under 1 minute. Own a customizable person. Create and share content autonomously, collaboratively. Deploy membership tokens. Collect creator fees and agent gnosis. So this is just another competitor to virtuals. And as we can see from the top tokens here, the top one AI on is only 35 million in comparison to virtuals. The top token on there is like what, 500 million for AXBT. So this one, if it gets up to speed to virtuals, could be huge. So agent is its flagship mascot. It will probably do really well, assuming creator.bid does really well. So this ecosystem is also another platform to look at, especially if they're launching something like DraftKings on this platform. It will just provide a lot of attention for creator.bid. So I'll do some more research on creator.bid and give you guys my analysis of this, but I think it has a lot of potential. I don't have any creator.bid tokens, but that could change in the future. But let's talk about in this next tweet here. So this one's a bit of a summary on where the AI agent market is going here. But basically, where the AI agent space stands right now, the AI agent market has entered full-blown seasonality with valuation repricing sweeping across ecosystems on both Base and Solana. Here's the breakdown. Key ecosystem highlights: Base side, virtual surged to 4 billion, cementing virtual ISOs as the leading PvE ecosystem with constant up-only agent tokens over the past week. Investment DAO on virtuals. VI delivering a staggering 20x return in the last 7 days, with the market finally pricing VI closer to its intrinsic value. AI XCB, an AI and DeSci focused investment DAO, broke 100 million market cap, becoming the fastest agent to achieve this milestone in just 3 weeks. DAOs.world ecosystem. Every DAO in the ecosystem has outperformed, especially Dream Fund, which uses Dream AI to make portfolio recommendations. Recently invested and staked 331,000. Vader announced DAO Olympus World, an inter-DAO agent model likely incorporating OHM mechanics like bonding and staking to earn WLs for new DAOs. Details are not yet released. Base Remy Boys NFT does some relate to this somehow. So Solana side, AI16Z broke past 2 billion, solidifying its standing as the number 2 ecosystem. Sport.fun solidified itself as a unique launchpad driven by interactive TEE dynamics. Agents like Adam and Eve bring ideology-based evolution into play. Sport's up 300% in the last 7 days. You can position this by acquiring Spore or participating in the voting process of Adam Eve to gain exposure to Offspring tokens. So some other things as well here, but this trend one is quite interesting, where investment DAOs continue to dominate as top performers. Platforms like Vader, Sequoia, XCP, and Vi on virtuals and DAOs.world are funneling capital into quality agents, driving value creations out across the board. Potential play: consider slow movers like Sequoia on virtuals. So let's talk about Sequoia really quick. So I used to have this, but might change in the future again. But Sequoia is actually a little slower than Vader. It's essentially kind of like Vader, but this token is essentially investing in the other AI agents, and it's a bit dependent on the AI agents that they invest in doing well, which is why the price action is a little shaky right now. But this, something like this where it's going sideways this long, could have a huge leg, because it's been conserving that energy. If you look at something like Vader, for example, this token is just up only, right? It was also within this edge that's going sideways for a bit, and then boom, just up only. So Sequoia is something definitely to look at. It hasn't really pumped that hard yet, but it could change in the future, especially with this investment DAO meta and AI agents. But DeFi agents, on-chain co-pilots like Neor, Griffane, and Grift are gaining traction. Yield optimizing agents will take center as we move into Q1, Q2 2025, especially when Mode Network rolling out its product pipeline. Trading agents, early but promising narrative players like ASIM, PPCoin, and Gecko. And I would also want to add Trust Me Bros in there. I don't know why it's in there, but Trust Me Bros is insane as well. And a potential play: Tony remains undervalued at 2 million market cap despite Elora network integration, SIC liquidity, and Solana hackathon participation. Applications, utility-driven agents focused on Web2 use cases like tax planning and financial analysis are starting to gain attention. And out of narrative bets, these remain undervalued good risk-reward plays for anyone new catching up to the AI agent sector. And closing thoughts: despite the holidays, the AI agent space is moving really, really fast. And opportunities around those for those paying attention is PvE season, especially on Base. Happy New Year's, and here's a prosperous bull of 2025, guys. So just to summarize this video here, virtuals is still the main focus, but on Base chain, we should really look at creator.bid. So I forgot to mention this in the video, but I was looking at this one tweet about creator.bid, but essentially almost 6 figures in unrealized profits on creator.bid agents on first day of 2025. If you're still PvPing on Solana, you're missing a lot of money and fun. Look at charts of Amen, Iowan, Agent, Wolf, Angel, DKING, Aulas, Shogun, and Bid TGE this month, so you still have time to front run this masses. Getting big on Phyllis So as you can see from the cookie.fund dashboard by creator.bid, the market cap is still only about 100 million and the mind share is that low. But look at the chart of this, up only, and dominance shared by Ion. So Ion, I was looking at this chart, up only. This could probably be the AXVT of creator.bid. So I'm gonna do some more research on this and find if I should buy it or not. But creator.bid could also be quite good because we haven't really seen a base chain beta to virtuals. Like, we don't have a competitor to virtuals, and people are going to naturally seek that. On Solana, we have ARC to AS16Z, and there could be beta to ARC, but we don't really know. It's just pretty much AS16Z and ARC, to my knowledge, on Solana. But on base chain, we only have virtuals. Who is going to be the beta to this? Could it be creator.bid? I was looking at creator.bid a month ago, but it wasn't really getting much traction yet. But now we're still pretty early to it. It hasn't really taken off that hard yet. Agent, as flagship mascot, is just starting to take off, but we want to look at this. I think virtuals right now is still really good. You can look at some virtuals tokens if you're a new buyer to this. Maybe look for the ones that haven't really pumped yet in our like infrastructure. Like, one I would recommend is Convo. But maybe there's a reason Combo's lagging behind, but I think Combo is still going to be huge into the future. But infrastructure coins and virtuals, right? But then creator.bid, look at the creator.bid agents as well. It hasn't really run that hard yet, and people aren't willing to do the research, and they're going to ape in at the top later on because they're so fucking lazy. Me, and you guys are probably watching this, are going to do the research and find the tokens early so that you can print on them and make some money to front run the later people. But creator.bid looks pretty promising. I'm gonna do some more research on it, make some more videos about it into the future, talk about it a bit more. But I think it could be a beta play to virtuals here, and its current market cap could honestly do 2-3x, and for the tokens within its infrastructure, maybe 10x if you find a beta to creator.bid token. I don't think there's a creator.bid token just yet, but you'll probably get airdrop that if you play within this ecosystem. So either way, it's going to be good. But yeah, that's pretty much all I want to say in this video. Focus on creator.bid as well. Look into that, but virtual is still the main focus. Solana also looks quite interesting, but personally not my biggest fan thing. But yeah, see you guys.